if you're willing, I'd like to ask you, Glen Mather, what is the biggest risk?
Are you asking this for my clients in self-directing? Or
Yep, I'm going to let you define. It's for you to kind of, however, the biggest risk you see, what you see that is. If it's clients, that's great.
I think when you go, well, with any kind of investment, you kind of have two choices. You can invest based on the recommendation of others, or you can invest based on your own knowledge, and certainly maybe alongside recommendations of others, where you can actually do your own due diligence on the process. That's what self-direction is all about. And if you just get tagged, if you're just coming along and doing an alt with a recommendation from somebody else that you don't really know the basis of it, then you might as well be in the stock market. It's no different. I think the risks are no greater or less. It's when what you're doing is you're mitigating some of those risks, as you said, or lessening some of those risks through your own knowledge. And you know, I've certainly heard that Warren Buffett say several times about he won't invest in any business he doesn't understand. And I take that to heart as I don't invest in anything. And I get some pretty creative things that are thrown at me. And I just recall something, if I can tell the brief story. There's a new freeway that's going around Orlando on the west side of Orlando. And it just completed almost all of its stops. But when you build a ring around a city, you generally go through wilderness, right? There's nothing there yet. The freeway effect, which we learned in LA, right? Which is you put a freeway, houses are going to come. When you own the land around an interchange, it's valuable beyond belief, right? So I invested in something like this similar that worked out. And then the guy told me, he said, I got another interchange. I go, great, bring it in and show it to me, you know? And by the way, it's only for me. It's not for my clients. I don't share it with my clients. And he talked about how he has a land option and it's going through this company, and then you're taking that and you're splitting the depreciation off and you're moving it to a third company. And then there's a developer who gets 15% of the back end load. My head was about to split. You talk about being the slow guy in the room. I couldn't get it. And I stopped it after about 30 minutes of trying to sketch it out on a pad. And I said, I can't invest in it. You guys got a phenomenal track record. All I'd be doing is throwing you money, and I'm trusting you, and I don't want to do that. I promised I'm not going to do that with my IRA or any of my retirement. So that's been my mantra. The less I know, the more I'll go to partnering until I know, without a lot of money. So my risk is mitigated by the fact that generally on my investments, until I get to an educated state, is that I'm in it with you. If I'm in it with you, Darren, I suggest that you're probably pretty interested in your money and your segment. You're going to make sure it's as good as your education. So that's kind of as close I get to risk. Is I may look at a deal, I'll educate as much as I can, and then I'll go in at 20% with Darren. And if Darren has screwed me, he's screwed himself 80%, you know, and you're not going to do that. So I think it's a pretty fair and easy way to learn and to reduce the risk. But make no mistake, it's on you. No one else is making these selections. It's on you. So that's where the risk lies. And I don't think that you should be anyone should be do it with their retirement plan and be cavalier enough to shove it to somebody else and say, go manage it for me. And it's stunning because I talk to well-educated people. And they're very quick to wave off and say, I don't know anything about investing. I make $600,000 a year, but I don't know about investing. So I have my buddy take care of it. I just like it. It shocks me.